Man United 0, Arsenal 1. Bad performance from us. First of all, I ain't going to make no excuses. I ain't going to try and be salty. And it's Corn Nation. You lot deserved it. Arteta was superb. Arsenal were superb. And we weren't at it. So do you know what's weird? Yeah, I don't even know. I'm not angry. I don't even know what question to ask you. So how did you see the game? Like, what did you make of it? Like, yeah.
How I felt the game panned out, it was men against boys today. I felt that our midfield bullied yours. I felt that Thomas Partey was a huge difference in this team. I think we can now establish that Thomas Partey would get into the 11 mixed side that we did the other day. There was all these comparisons to Fred, and let's end that immediately. Thomas Partey would walk into any top side in the Premier League. It's as simple as that. What he did today was allow El Neni the license to do something I've never seen him do.
He was everywhere.
He had a nickname, Mohamed El Sideways. Today, everything was forward because he had the license to do it because of what Thomas Partey was doing. Gabriel was absolutely colossal.
Should have got sent off.
Listen, Fred had about 2 or 3 warnings on a yellow card in the first half. Swings and roundabouts. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them. And it's ironic that the last thing you said to us when we were doing our preview the other day, you goes, "Oh, wouldn't it be nice to win 1-0 and score with a penalty?"
Yeah, I forgot I said that one as well, man.
It's karma. But it was, you know what it is, Flex, right? Today.
I forgot I said that.
Today, I tell you what I saw, was Manchester United look void of ideas. Solskjaer showed that he hasn't got any tactical nous. At 1-0, I was talking to, other people with the stream and stuff like that, and we were saying that United have to risk losing 2-0 to get 1-1. But I don't feel like we had anything that worried me. Do you know what I mean? It was so predictable, the substitutions he made, and also a bit of a surprise in some respects. And it was more like you should have took Pogba off on the left-hand side of what you were playing, put Rashford out wide, put Greenwood out on the right-hand side, going into a 4-3-3 formation, and then Cavani in the middle, like to spearhead, change it up, do something different.
It didn't make sense what we were doing. It didn't.
No,
we struggled.
One of them. Listen, before the game,
we struggled massively.
You know what? Before the game, when the Man United team was read out, I sat there and went, you know what? There's no excuses for Man United today because that team, that formation is what you've all been crying out for. So there's no excuses. You've got everything you wanted today. And we came there with a game plan. We executed it to perfection. And we literally bullied you today. Because in the first half, I felt coming off at 0-0, disappointed.
Well, that was only positive for us, the fact that it was still 0-0 at half time. Yeah. Because if we're being real, look, and this is what I will own it. I said before the game, I said it in the preview, I want to see Ollie go with the diamond. I want to see him be brave. And when he did pick that team, the only concern I had was the Matic for McTominay situation. I probably would have went with Matic because I think he plays that position better. But I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, Ollie got it wrong. It was the wrong team." Because hindsight's a wonderful thing. Most Manchester United fans said, "Fair play, Ollie. Now it's on the players. You've got to step up," and they didn't. And what we ended up finding is that actually we went back to a 4-2-3-1 in the second half and went away from that diamond, and we looked okay for about 10 minutes. But then you got control back again. And I think the biggest thing was that we just couldn't create anything. It was almost like we were waiting for you to do something that is typical of the old Arsenal, which is make a mistake, take your eye off the ball, lose concentration. And to be fair, it never happened. And it didn't happen because you were well drilled. Everybody knew their jobs. And when it was all banter aside, which I did say at the end of the All Guns Blazing podcast, when I said, look, all banter aside, I don't know what the fans that are getting onto Arteta are, complaining about. He's got to do X, Y, Z. And that's basically what he did. I'm massively disappointed with us. I'm not going to say it's all down to. I'm not going to be salty and say, it's just because we played shit. It wasn't. We didn't have an answer to what you put down, and you know what?
Yeah.
We got what we deserved in that game. Pogba is a liability as a left midfielder, an out left midfielder. The last time we switched him there was against Aurier, against Spurs, and he gave away a penalty in that game.
Yeah.
So you can even look at it as, do you even blame Pogba? You blame the management for, like you said, being so foolish in what they were doing, and it has set us back. And now it's giving you the confidence that I thought would be stripped from you if we beat you, because you'd be free on the back. And it just shows how football, the momentum just changes very, very quickly. And we just weren't good enough today.
It does. And I think that what you probably should have done at half-time was play the Champions League music, and it might have woke you up.
We should have asked Arteta to play a bit more expansive, then we would have been in the game.
We're a completely different team now. And this is what I was trying to say to you in the podcast this week. And when we take the banter aside and everything, and we speak on a level, and I said that what's really annoying me about certain Arsenal fans that are, going at Arteta the way they are, is they're not realizing that this is part of the process. He's taken over a team that was calamitous in terms of the defense. We were a shambles. We now have the best defensive record in the Premier League.
Jesus.
We've been to Old Trafford, the Etihad, and Anfield, and we have the best defense in the Premier League. I never thought I would ever hear myself say that again.
That doesn't even sound right, to be honest. I don't think
it doesn't. It doesn't. It is crazy. But we can see, some of us, shall I say, can see the process of what we're trying to do, what we're trying to achieve. And the best way of me summing this up is that we've played nearly 50 games, something like that. I don't know the exact figure under Mikel Arteta. I don't think it's even near 50. It's about 40 odd under Mikel Arteta. And already you can see what we're trying to build and what we want to achieve with this team. Solskjaer's been in charge at Man United for over 100 games, and I ain't got a clue what you're doing, even from the outside in. And we will bring this up again. And, it's easy for me to say because we beat you today and I could rub it in a little bit or anything. I don't think Man United have got any more excuses, because on paper, you've got better individual players than us in a wider variety of the pitch. A better manager would have you playing better and challenging. Solskjaer's not the man for me. He really isn't.
It's a fair argument, and an argument that actually a lot of Man United fans feel. You know what it's like after a loss. You've been there.
Yeah.
Things are very reactionary. But this was happening, like you said, even when we won big games. People don't see the longevity in what Solskjaer's doing. And look, there's two sides to everything. I can accept that. I think he's done some good things. I think he's stabilised it, blown out a few fires and got a few players in. However, has he kicked us on to the next level? He hasn't. The proof's in the pudding. He hasn't so far. Yeah. So you're right. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because if results carry on being as inconsistent as they are, you'll get to a point where it's like, okay, well, you're not going left and you're not going right. You're kind of just staying there. So, it's difficult. I mean, look, are you worried that, I know it's going to sound like a stupid question after such a big win for you lot, but you always say it. That's why I'm saying it, that you could still Arsenal this up. Like, you got to get consistency yourself. You don't want to go back the same way. Or do you think you turned the corner now?
Do you know what it is with us, right? And I've always said to, Robbie, the same thing. It's consistency with us. Because under Arteta, before this season even started, we'd beaten Manchester United. He's done Solskjaer twice now. He's beaten Guardiola. He's beaten Jurgen Klopp. He's shown that we can beat the big sides. And this was the acid test because it was an away from home game in that respect. But he's shown that tactically he can set us up to do certain things in a certain way with the players we've got. Consistency, though. We can go and lose to Brighton. We can go and lose to a really understrength Spurs side like we did and make mistakes with Kolasinac or whatever. But I think that Arteta is now slowly starting to realise who is a liability in the team and what he needs to build around. Thomas Partey is the first piece of the puzzle. We know we need a creative player like a Hossein Mawar, for example. And we know that. And we've still got windows where we've got to try and build. But we're 10 months into what we are trying to build. 6 months of it, was taken out by COVID. So it's effectively been 4 months. You know, and you think about what he's done in such a short space of time, and he's won us a trophy. People can laugh and say it's the FA Cup or anything else. It's still a trophy. It's still something that the team have done together, and they know now that they've got the capabilities of doing it. But it's consistency, and that's what we need to do, be consistent. We need to now go to your Burnleys and Brightons and places like that, where they're going to be quite dogged and resolute and play with low blocks and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we now need to find an answer to open the door in those, because we lost to Leicester, but we actually didn't play bad. We actually dominated that game for large parts. And in the first half, we should have been winning. But it's about getting the consistency and finding those keys to
open your mentality. And your mentality. And Arteta is doing that. I think it's going to be a mad season. I mean, we go to Everton away next, who they're not on a good run at the moment, but it's
tough game. It's tough
game. And then you look at it, you lose that or don't win that, let's say. And you find yourself in a mad position. You really do. So, look, to finish off, I can't say anything. I came, and for those who are going to be in the comments saying, Flex, you didn't back it. He's still an Arsenal fan. You're not putting them in their place. Listen, I went all or nothing. I went all in. I didn't start as all in, but I suppose from the Guns Blazing podcast, I think you and Robbie annoyed me. And I went, you know what? I didn't. When I was driving down, I never actually came with the intention to go all in.
I know.
I thought, you know what?
But we rattled you.
Anything can happen, whatever. And then I thought, I was listening to you punk, and I was like, you know what? Nah, we're going to do it. And then I actually did believe it. And then when I saw the team, I thought, yeah, it's on them. And you know what? It was the worst performance. And yours was the best performance. You played well. You did well. Men against boys, all of that. So this isn't me being up their ass. This is me just saying, you know what? I got to hold it. It's short-lived. I'll be off till Tuesday on Twitter. That's fine. Social media and that. I'll be off. I'll come back on Tuesday. And then we play Champions League, and, you know, you'll play Thursday, and then we'll get to the weekend.
I'm looking forward to it. Thursday night football and all that.
Who you got again? Who you got?
We got Solskjaer's old team.
Oh, they'll probably do you.
Yeah, because they've got a proper manager now.
It happens. Listen, congratulations. You deserve to win. You've done your thing. I can't, like, do you know what? Because I'm not that, you know me, I'm not that, like, shout and swear guy. Like
I know. But it's hurting.
But I am. Let me just, I'm fuming. I'm fuming, bro. But it is what it is. This is what we all do. If you go all in and you end up with nothing, you got to hold it. You've done it plenty of times. So it is what it is, isn't it? Bro, thanks for coming on.
Pleasure, man.
Thanks for not being that bad, actually. I thought you'd be worse than that.
Nah, you've left it enough time for me to calm down a little bit. Do you know what I mean? But don't worry, man. I've got certain things for you on social media, man.
Well, I won't see them. You'll
will see them.
You'll either be blocked, or I won't.
I'm sending a link to everything that I send to your WhatsApp.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
If you try hiding from me, remember I know your family. I'm sending them links to them as well. Yeah? All right.
It is what it is. Until, I don't even want to think when we play at the Emirates. I hope there's no fans there still. I hope it's not like at the end of the season the fans are allowed or something. It's your first home game back with fans there. Imagine that.
You're lucky we weren't allowed in the stadium today.
That was one thing I was saying. It would have been even worse if we were all there.
Mate, that little tweet of me putting up the map of your route home from Manchester to Luton would have been peak for you, bruv. But listen, it's all fun and games. And can I leave you with an interesting stat?
No, I don't want to hear it.
No, I'm being serious. Mikel Arteta is the first Arsenal manager to beat Manchester United in his first 2 games of playing them since Sir Herbert Chapman.
Well done. That maybe means you're going to win the league now. Well done.
Well, there you go.
Listen, bro, we'll catch up again soon.
Pleasure, man.
Peace.